Hi everybody, it's Katie and I'm here today with a really exciting review. Last night I went to CVS for fun because that's what you do, and I saw a display with new Milani primers. I don't know how new these are because my CVS is really late getting things, but I've never seen this before and I have not seen any reviews on it, which leads me to believe that it is semi-new at least. They had two of them. There was the mattifying one, which I purchased. There was also a white one, which was hydrating, but I do not need any kind of hydrating primer, so I picked up this one. And it just says it's a mattifying and pore minimizing oil-free face primer, which sounds great to me, especially from the drugstore. I do not like to spend a ton of money on primers, especially because you shouldn't even be able to see them. So always excited to try out a drugstore product. And so I guess I'll just read what it says on the back. It says prime skin to create a smooth canvas before applying any foundation, mattifies and perfects skin, instantly minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines, lightweight, non-greasy feel, and does not clog pores. So I am just really hopeful about the part that says it does not clog pores, because sometimes with these pore minimizing primers, that's exactly what it does. So I hope that it doesn't do that because I don't want to break out. And basically it just sounds like it will be a great primer, so I'm going to put it to the test and see how many of these things it does. And this retails, at least at CVS, for $9.99, and you get 0.68 fluid ounces. So I'm just going to head straight into the demo and my initial thoughts, and then I will be checking in throughout the day. Alright, so I am so excited to try this because I love primers and I love the drugstore. And I especially love mattifying primers, which I feel like are definitely lacking in the drugstore from what I found. There's a lot of hydrating ones or just like primers, but nothing that's really mattifying, so I'm super excited to try this. So I'm actually just going to put this all over my face. Concentrating mostly on the oily parts. I can't really do half and half because like the oiliest part of my face is in the middle, so it will just like cancel out, but I'm going to use a foundation that I know how it performs with a lot of other primers. Okay, so the texture is kind of like similar to the Cover FX matte primer. Yeah, just like a little bit. I swatched it on my hand yesterday, but it's smoother than that. Oh, it feels like really smooth going on your face. But like, it's really not that silicone feel. So this is interesting. Like, I mean it is, but it's not like super slippery. If you have oily skin, you know, when it gets super slippery when you put it on, you're like, This just feels like smooth and soft. Alright. I will include the foundation as part of this just because I'm using it as a primer, so I know I like to see how foundation goes on over primer. I'm just going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation because it's not dewy or anything, but it's definitely more of a satin finish and does kind of get oily on me, so I figured this would be a good one to test it with. Alright, so right away I noticed that it definitely glided on the skin really nicely, but it doesn't look matte. Like, it seems kind of shiny. I don't know. It could also be the foundation. Like I said, it is a little bit more of a satin finish, but it kind of feels tacky, which I don't normally get with this foundation. So I don't know, but the initial, like the foundation, no. The foundation glided on very nicely and it does look very smooth, so I would definitely say on first impression, like immediately, that the pore minimizing aspects of this definitely work. I don't know about the mattifying yet. I kind of have to give that some time. It didn't instantly mattify, but maybe it will like hold back oil. I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup and then I will check back. Alright, so I'm back with my makeup all done. I did really simple today. I didn't want to pull away from the focus on the foundation. I will definitely say that everything continued, like it really glided on very well, like better than usual. I really like the kind of smoothing effect of this primer, but I did have to powder my entire face, which I would normally do anyway, but just because it was a matte primer, I thought that maybe I wouldn't have to, but I did. It still feels a little tacky, and I'm assuming it's the primer because I don't normally get this kind of feeling with this foundation. But overall, I think I still like it as long as I don't have some kind of crazy oily mess throughout the day. But I'm just going to go to class, go to work, and then I will be back and I'll check in and see how it's doing. It is now 6:20 p.m. So it's been a total of 6 hours with this foundation, or a little bit like 7. So about 7 hours, which is pretty close to like an 8-hour day. So I'm probably just gonna call it from here, but honestly, I think that this actually worked really well. I have not powdered at all. I haven't blotted at all. So for that being said, this held up really well. You can definitely still see my bronzer and blush. It has worn off a little bit on my problem areas, but that always happens to me, so I'm not too worried. But forehead, good. The nose is actually pretty good, which I usually have a lot of problems with. And then a lot of this shine is actually highlighter. So I am really, really impressed with this. So let's just go through the claims and I will say what I think. Prime skin to create a smooth canvas before applying any foundation. Yes, I mentioned it earlier when I first put it on. It seriously just everything just glided over it so well, which doesn't usually happen to me. Even with the NYX Angel Veil Primer, which I love, this is smoother than that and without so much of a silicone feel. This is also clear, which will probably be good if the Angel Veil leaves any kind of white cast on your skin. Mattifies and perfects the skin. Definitely perfects the skin. Mattifying, yes and no. I say no because it still kind of gives like a luminous finish, even though, I mean, I did use kind of a more luminous foundation, so it could be that, but it definitely did keep my skin from getting too oily throughout the day. I really don't feel terribly oily. Oh, a little came off. So my nose is a little oily, but other than that, I honestly, my skin feels good. And then instantly minimizes the appearance of pores and fine lines. That kind of goes on with the same thing of smoothing. It definitely minimized the appearance of my pores. Lightweight and non-greasy, definitely. You can feel that there's something on your skin, but it's not heavy and it doesn't have the same slippery, greasy feel that I am used to with pore minimizers. It does not clog pores. I obviously can't say that because you can't feel it, but usually if that happens, I'll get kind of breakouts or little bumps, which I don't have yet. So, I mean, I can keep you updated in another video on that, but honestly, this is really great. I am super impressed with this. Definitely worth the $9.99. But yeah, I didn't end up checking in throughout the day because I was just busy, but there's also no really need to. So that is it for my review of the Milani Prime Shield Mattifying and Pore Minimizing Face Primer. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you don't miss any other videos. And if you have any suggestions on products you'd like reviewed or looks you want to see, just let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!